Just for that, bro.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Kenapa dia ada di bawah 130 tahun dan itu apa gempa?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Makan apa lagi ini?
And then one day, everything just stopped.
Oh,
whatever that thing
udah
was,
gempa lagi.
It was gone.
That thing.
Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
Okay, let's go out, man.
I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Wait, what? Why do I walk here? Oh. Ini apaan sih? Ini basementnya tadi, bukan? Bukan. Kenapa keluarnya turun ini? Oh iya, tunnel gitu kan.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
Okay.
Whatever killed Barbara.
Oh.
And Molly.
Oh.
And Calvin.
Okay.
Maybe this is all a mistake.
What do you think?
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Gelap.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Because you
I don't
can't
mind
do
if I
that
only
for
have a year
day,
left.
man.
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Lah. Wait, Walter?
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Iya. Bentar, Walter tuh yang tadi masih kecil kan? Di ceritanya Barbara kan? Adiknya Barbara kan? Dia ketabrak kereta.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
What? Ini lukisan doang dong pemandangannya, what the hell? Kenapa, ya tuh kan, kenapa keluarganya pada dikurung gitu sih? Si Walter
Maybe
di
she was
sini.
afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Oh, karena anaknya gila tadi ya.
But if she
Bagaimana?
never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Game nu kemarin itu dilanjutkan tuh, Pak.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Ini udah nonton YouTube dan kayak oh ya udah gitu doang.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Cepetan ngeklik. Wow. I can't.
Now that
I
there's
can't see
only
shit,
one
man.
of us left. Or maybe two.
Oh, gelap doang ya?
I thought it was time I heard the stories for
Oh.
myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Lah, wong apa? Oh, udah nggak ada relnya. Oh, oke. Wait, siapa aja yang belum? Banyak. Sam, Eddie. Eddie? Padahal tadi kita di kamarnya Eddie ya? Oh, adanya tadi Odin di kamar Eddie.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Malah sorangan anjing gue.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Ya, that's not wrong tuh. You know.
And the history you're a part of.
Kenapa ada nyala di sana? Well, we should go there. What is this? What the fuck is this?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
Yep.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Talk as shit, man. Nah lo, kemana nih gue? Nah lo, pemutar. Oh, kesini Ki. Lah, kemana nih? Bukan ke sono itu. Weh, salah. Oh, itu ada tangga. Oh, itu ada tangga. Tolol. Tadi ke situ ngapain nyala aja lampunya?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Okay.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Kiri dulu. Nggak ada apa-apa juga di sini.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh, mereka melakukan itu karena keluarga terkutuk.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
But
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
this is your pet cemetery? Your family had an issue, man.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Edith Finch, says Sven Finch. Walter Barbara.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Kenapa soundnya mati-mati?
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh, we get to see what's there. Salah salah. Kok bisa fokus sih? Maksud apa ya?
Edie
Oh,
said she dreamed about the old house every night.
oh ini rumah lamanya yang terbang itu. I see. Oke.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Ini siapa nih?
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Tan, ini Gus. Ini siapa yang nyanyi? Oh ini Gregory.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Louis Sanjay. Tiba-tiba kangen iya nih.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Ya keluarga napas sedikit payah sih kan. Kepleset sudah meninggal lagi.
But looking back on it now,
Tiup angin gitu. Soalnya terkutuk
if
tadi
she
kan
told me
ngomongnya
there
kan.
was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Lah, lagi hamil sih ini. Mana hamil-hamil ngapain ke rumah kosong? Tolong. Kebiasaan premis game horor orang bule. Lah, gimana nih? No stairs, no nothing. Oh itu tangga tolong. Di Amerika. Oke.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Oh,
They were both pretty
anjing kaget.
intense.
Aing ada buah. Sorry ya guys, low graphic jadi nggak kelihatan fotonya. Selfie nggak tuh?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Oh,
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
oh aing moto
It's
iseng
gonna
banget.
rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Apa nih yang dipoto nih? Oh itu.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
Pasti ada point of interest yang harus aing foto.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Apa moto apa? Aing suka moto apa ini? Belum, masih salah. What the fuck? Nani? Oh, ini bangsat.
Aw.
definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hmm.
Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Oh ya maaf, bro. Maaf.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Nggak tahu apa yang bagus di foto aja.
We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Ini mau tahu apa lagi, boys?
Let's see. Maybe.
Hai, pusing. Ini aku dulu apa ini?
Was it? You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo.
Oh, I wasted your film, alright, man.
Could have been.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll... Great shot, Don!
Namanya Dawn keren.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Wala. What? That was unexpected, man.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Anjing konyol pisan anjing. Enggak, Lum, itu konyol, Lum. Itu total konyol anjing. Udah sedih-sedih.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Manyol disepak tuh. Tadi yang ayunan kan oke lah, ada oh ya kayaknya oke. Ini enggak anjing, itu konyol fix aja, enggak ada obat. Wow. This is creepy. Ya, ini pingin kesana dulu.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Iya. Gede kieu kamar batu aja. I mean, look at this prison, bro.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Nge-freeze, 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 nge-freeze. Oke. Nah, ini siapa masih bahagia anjir? Oh,
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
now I'm a fucking baby.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Diapain ini anjir? Gak bisa diapa-apain. Goyang-goyang dong. Oh, aing ngontrol kodoknya. What the fuck?
Watching over Gregory, it's time.
About Gregory. About everything.
Yeah, man,
I know what
you can
happened
just pull
wasn't
that.
your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Wow. Oke. Oh, gue malah pamannya berarti. Nggak pernah gede. Oh man. Siapa
I
nih?
can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
What the fuck is that totem banget? Random banget. Oh. Oke.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Oke.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
I now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oh, nikah lagi. Mana lagi?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Ganti lagi nih.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh, tsunami jangan-jangan. Oh, si Gus mah gak ikut ke tank.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oh, typhoon.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
I'll destroy everything.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Jadi dia meninggal gara-gara kekeh main layangan di badai. Tadi.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
So I'm like the normal fucking one here, bro. Or what? Oh, ini ada kite-nya tuh kan. What the fuck? That's cool. Oh, Ghost emang ini, bro. Emang rebel dia tuh rambutnya. Anak pang anjing. Nah, loh, mana nih kita?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Lagi hamil loh, panjat-panjatan, edan.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh, Sanjay itu ayah. Oh, nothing. Wait, no. Fuck me. Lama lagi. Siapa yang punya ruangan manjat dulu aja?
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Oh, kita belum lihat ini.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
John, Louis, Milton. Oh, ini punya mereka. Tanaman-tanaman.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Castle, di sini nggak ada apa-apa nih. Serius. Kok kayak kelas gitu ya? Tapi bagus rumahnya, lucu aja. Milton masih hidup.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Oh, gila, pantesan. Can we carry it, man?
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
Wait, what is this? What the fuck? Oh, dude, paints book.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
No way. No way. That's cool, though.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, Edith paling kecil berarti.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
What did he found in the house, man? Ternyata hutannya yang imahnya. Nggak ngerti, alah. Oh, ada tangan naik lagi.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Louis juga
After
katanya
he
ke dia.
graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Tangga. Oh ya, tangannya patah. Louis kakaknya yang paling
Everyone
gede.
always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
What? This is a cool ass room, bro. What the fuck?
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Ya iyalah, lihat. Look, what does did he smoke? Tuh, look. Oh. Louis agak indie buat saja sumpah. Ini kalau aing punya kamar bakal kayak gini lihat. Isi. Tuh. He's a gamer, bro. Look. WASD-nya kuning. Fix gamer aja, kopi, headset. Look, bro. This is my room, bro. So chill aja ya.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly
Substance
sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Okay.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
What? What?
wander.
Oh. I walk.
I asked him to describe it.
Ini ngontrol dua aja.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats
Bats.
and toads.
Those. Lah, balik lagi bro. Oh, sini.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Lucu banget aja.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Jika Mario.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
This is definitely a fucking game, man.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Beautiful Finch, handsome queen. What the fuck?
handsome queen.
Mending cewek.
The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows.
Oh. Oh. Whoa.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Kenapa masih harus potongin ikan tuh sebenarnya?
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Hey.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Lah.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Nah ini Louis nih. Udah nggak ada apa-apa lagi. Tapi ini juga Louis, kita juga.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Lucu lagi.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Lah itu gilotin ini. Apa?
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh dia karena sering daydreaming di pabrik, kepotong kayaknya. Ya nggak sih, baik. That's my guess though. I don't know. Berapa lagi nih? Udah semua? Tinggal Eddie benar terakhir benar.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Oh, regret always comes in the end, boy. Regret.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
What are these?
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Oh, it's my room.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Anjing enak banget kabarnya, what the hell? Okay, let's see her side of the story.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh, he moved. Okay.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Oh.
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Surut ini lautnya.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Nope, let's keep walking forward. Yes.
I got turned around.
Wait, what?
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Why am I squinting my fucking eyes?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
We
But
found it,
when
boys.
I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine!
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Ah.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
May.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you.
Aing anaknya.
And tell you all these stories myself.
Aing anaknya Edith ini mah fix.
But I guess if you're reading this now,
She's so warm, bro.
things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Fuck, man. That's cool. That's fucking cool, man. That was so good. Shit low ass semua anjir. Ini kita hilang, kelewat, apa gimana nih? Anda rating dong bos, 10 out of 10. Fucking like this kind of game, man. 10 out of 10. Will recommend it to others, bro. Itu jarang sih kayaknya orang yang demen apa game story based kayak gini. Aing sih suka, Aing suka banget.